welcome to another episode of Cap Tech. Today we're going to dive into the darkest, most murderous gang in southern Illinois, the Clark brothers. Now you don't need a time machine to go back too far to remember Buddy Buddy, the leader of the Southern Illinois mob out of Murfreesboro, Illinois. And when he died, a power vacuum ensued, and who took over the mob in southern Illinois here, except the Clark brothers and Clark's family out of Nashville. You'd never guess it. It's a pretty little town, cute as could be, but the whole Southern Illinois Mafia is flowing from there, as documented on this chart here, led by the Godfather Gary Clark, his oldest son Shawn the Kingpin, Jason Clark acting boss, and T-Bone the consigliere of the family. Gary Clark ran the Mafia for years in the wake of Buddy Buddy, mostly from the clubhouse, which is conveniently located next to Brown's Chicken, not the fast food place, but the place that kills, that can kill chickens, harvest them. This gives the old man a way of disposing of bodies and such. It's not an accident that the headquarters that he operated on was right across from a place where they harvest chickens. But after working 7 days a week, 12 hours a day for what must have been 40 years, the old man did have to hand it off to his boys, Shawn and Jason. The brothers didn't always use the same headquarters as their father. They operated out of the Last Call Tavern, pictured here a bit in Ashley, as well as the Jolly Roger, pictured here in rural southern Illinois as well. They no longer use the business as a headquarters. However, there are a couple getaway boats still headquartered there. The older brother, Shawn, kingpin of the crime family, it's easy to tell even by looking at him that he's a mobster. I mean, check out these pictures of him with the leader of the Ottawa Mafia and the leader of the Puerto Rican Mafia. I mean, it's crazy. But largely within Nashville, here he is with the devil himself. While he is a leader of the organized crime family, he doesn't like to travel with security much, so he has to mainly, hop from bar to bar. He has to wear a lot of disguises to go out. He's a community member, business owner, and has to portray the image of being a legitimate businessman, an ethical man, lives out in the country at a place that's damn near impossible to find, a cabin you'd need a map to get to. He bounces up and down when he dances as not to get shot. I mean, he's just in constant paranoia, but he mainly walks the straight and narrow, except here where he's obviously eating fire, probably to motivate some of his underbosses. But next, let's look at the acting boss, Jason Clark, the leader of the family. In most, but not all pictures of Jason, you'll be able to tell that he's the leader of the family by where he stands in between. Stands in the middle of everyone. This is one of the exceptions. What this is a picture of is when Jason would get his mob moving truck all filled up with booze and drive around 6th Street, starting his own party. But here's a little more evidence of Jason being in the middle of everything. Shawn stands by his side. Jason's known as the Crown Prince of Nashville, and is very flaunting with his power. Here you see him partying with Michael Myers. Not everybody can party with Michael Myers. Jason can. Here you see him at somebody famous's wedding, standing up, kind of the Mafia blessing it. Several rock bands. Here I don't even want to name drop the name of this famous band, or this one. I do believe this next one is the Lloyd Miller Band. He even played a little Jesus rock to, cover up his Mafia. Past a little bit, but he doesn't do much with it. Here he is with the famous Brandini, and then this has been going on a while. Back in college, here he was, with Cherry Bomb, an offshoot of Throttle, and here he is with the Lefties, just not afraid of the spotlight. They call him the glitzy, glamorous mobster. And again, I'm sure his family would like him to step back into the shadows to lead the family, but he's just not going to do it, like John Gotti, the Teflon Don. But that's how Jason is, and what are you gonna do? It's said that he dated so many white girls in his prime. You guys aren't even gonna believe this. That he eventually swore off them just due to sheer boredom, and now only dates other races just out of sheer boredom, like you or me getting tired of vanilla or lettuce. It's certainly what I would consider to be rich people problems for Jason. This is the beautiful city of Austin, where he's held up, spends the majority of his time here at this mansion. It's well armed. You wouldn't want to try to get in there. Jason has been known to spend a lot of time in South America as well, particularly Peru. A real jet set and fancy pants. Here you see how Jason travels, private jet and security. And then here's what Shawn drives. And he does this, as part of his cover back in Nashville. Just absurd looking cars, and hold that in contrast to Jason's fleet. Just not afraid to show it. Here I am with them. Back when Jason lived in Nashville, he had a red Honda Civic, got pulled over by the police and interrogated for must have been 20 minutes. I think that's why he got out to Austin and was able to up his game on the types of cars he was buying even further. This next picture sums up Jason's attitude altogether. Oh, you don't like me running the mob and being boisterous? Oh well, shucks. Next, let's look at their consigliere, the right-hand man of the Clark brothers, T-Bone. You see them here conspiring. Who's gonna die next? Jason's asking. Let me check my phone. Here he is with Shawn looking even meaner. I don't even know what kind of crap they're up to there. Often Tom's role is to jet set between Shawn and Jason, carrying only information that he would be accepted to travel. Life and death stuff, like Paulie Walnuts or something in the Sopranos. Here you see Tom with Jason by one of Jason's race cars. Another one of the crew is the Big Daddy Butt Spanker, an enforcer from back in the day. Here we have the Pimp. You wonder why they call him the Pimp, but that's why. He really runs a lot of the Clark's pimping operation. And then here you see the Pimp and the Clarks in a Christmas card together. Here we have the Bear Killer. He's kept around in case the Clarks are attacked by a bear or another animal. This is Wine Joe. He's the size of a mountain, so he's good for protection and can brew stuff for you. Here's Magnum. He's smooth with the ladies. A lot like Face on the A-Team. The Lady Killer. Not going to say any more on this guy. Clarence, a.k.a. Clanky. Traveled around with the Clark brothers back and forth for many years. Stayed with the right-hand man, the consigliere, for other years. Let's not forget another notorious associate known simply as The Rock. You see him here dancing with a couple blue hairs. We have another one that's identity unknown. I'm perfectly hetero, but this guy is a sharp-looking guy, and you can tell he's part of the family because Jason doesn't kill him there for putting his arm around him. And then we have freaking Robert De Niro, who's part of the mob, and the Cue Ball, who's obviously a shady character there, as you can tell by the picture. Another enforcer straight from the mean streets of Murfreesboro, Illinois, the Horse. And let's not forget Frankie Hales and the Two-Headed Rat. There's the Two-Headed Rat. And last but not least, the female captain named as Davis. Davis hails from Oakdale, one of the toughest towns in the world, and is actually famous for biting the ears off of people that would mess with her and her clan. A real treat of a lady. Anyway, thanks for watching this expose on the Clark brothers and the Southern Illinois Syndicate. I am now headed into hiding so that I am not assassinated. Thanks for watching. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you.